She's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Give me all you got, don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't come. Bring me down, your love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing. Bring me down, I said. Bring me down, can't come. Bring me down, your love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing. Bring me down, I said. Cause I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Cause I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't come. Bring me down, the love is too high. Bring me down, can't come. Bring me down, I said. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy I'm alone if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, how is everybody doing? Can y'all see my screen? Can you type in the chat and let me know if you can see me? Because I want to make sure that you can see my screen and that you can see this welcome to day 3 message and you can hear me okay. Let's see. I can see you. Please let me know if you can see. I can see your comments. Okay. I just want to make sure because sometimes Facebook does not want me to be great. And I just wanted to make sure that y'all can see me because on my end, it didn't look like it. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're in here. Hey, YouTube, what's happening? I see you, James. I see you, Natalie. What's up, Marcus? Okay, cool. All right. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, hello and welcome to day 3. I'm going to pop in my headphones to minimize background noise. Can I get a still good? Everybody good here in the house? What's up, people? Awesome. Okay. Somebody said my expression clean. Okay, cool. Yes, we got the curls out for y'all today. Because listen,
We're talking about where the money resides. That just brings out a whole nother side. Just brings out a whole nother side, a whole different energy. We start talking about money. Let's get into it. Are y'all ready to get into how to make money? This is day 3, y'all. So we talked about our idea. We talked about tools that we can use. We talked about specific tools, and we talked about general tools. We went into glide in detail. I hope that y'all are enjoying this. And thank you for bringing such great energy and great questions. And let's just, can I get some dollar signs? Can I get some money bags in the chat? If y'all are ready to get into juicy secret number 3, what? How to charge people $50 or more for your app idea. I know that probably sounds like, wait, what? Because that's not what you see in the App Store. I already know, but we're going to get into it. Can I tell you about it? Are y'all ready for it tonight? Let's get into it. And let me start my disclaimer at the top. Get some notes. Get your notes out on your phone, your notes app. Pull up another tab. Marcus is over here. Okay. Nellie's dropping dollar signs. Let's do it. Let's do it. We need to hear about this because this is the game changer right here. All right. So first and foremost, can I put my disclaimers out here? I always have to dispel the myths because most people wrongfully assume, that their app needs to be free or 99 cents. Type in the chat and let me know. Say, that's me. It's me. It's okay. You can give me one of those like cover their eyes emojis or the hand up or, just be honest because it's safe space, but just be honest. Because when you go in the App Store, that's what you see. Or maybe you see $4.99 or like $9.99, right? Like, no, but really. Okay, Lisa. Lisa said my note tab is ready. You're going to be typing up some notes tonight, Lisa. You get ready. Okay, so this is what people wrongfully assume. Don't do that. Please. Like, when you leave here tonight, my job is so that you understand that you should not do this. Do you know why you shouldn't do this? Because that's a really good way to be broke for the first few years of your business. You need another example. I know. Let's walk through it. Okay, so let's say you wanted to make $60,000 a year. I'm just throwing out a number. Okay, if your app is 99 cents or basically $1, what keeps in the dollar store, right? Your app does not belong in a dollar store. Okay, all right. If your app is $1, you need 60,606 to be exact new customers each year. Y'all, that is just to break even. That's just to make your money back. That's not having an assistant or your marketing or anything. This is just to pay yourself. So you know what you're going to be doing your first few years with a free app, with a 99-cent app, busting your butt on marketing to get it out there so that you can get 60,606 customers to pay yourself back. Does that sound like a good idea? It does not. Okay, let me just cut it off right there. Doesn't sound good. So what are the alternatives? Oh, how about this? What if you charge $50 a month? Go with me. I have examples and I'm going to take you there. Watch this. You would only need 166 customers to make $100,000. I see that face. Look, for real? Okay, so wait a minute. Before I get to my next slide, I got to cue something up for y'all because you're just not getting this. You need an audio reminder. You need to sit with this for a second. I need to hammer this home. I know it's okay. Just hold on for a second because I got you. I got you. Okay. All right. Let's get ready for this. Let's get into it. Let me take my so you can get the full impact of this whole situation. Now listen. Okay, let me tell you something. Listen. Let me run that funky track back one more time. Huh? Right. We going. What a money reside. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm doing something. He told you. Listen, the money does not reside in the 99 cents. Okay? It does not reside in the free. Do you want a business? Just type in the chat and let me know. Plug it back in my headphones, y'all. So hopefully you still got me. You still with me? Which do you want? Let me know. You can type in the chat. Do you want 60K or do you want 166? Now let's be clear. And thank y'all for the compliments. Y'all are making me feel good about my hair situation. Let's be clear. You can have 60,000 customers, but let's charge them all $50. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to charge anybody 99 cents. Get this clear. Let me just make it really clear. I made a whole slide for it so you can know. My job tonight is to show you how to price your app so you get paid what you are worth. Now, let me sit here and put my mama on for a second, because I think this is one of the biggest barriers is the worth barrier, right? The value barrier, because that sounds good, but ooh, who's going to pay me? Then we shrink. Who's going to pay me $50 for my app, right? No. What you might need to do right now is like change your position. I'm serious. Adjust, scoot your chair up. Where are you? Change your position, because this is what we're doing. That mindset that I'm going to charge them 99 cents and just get a million customers, we're not doing that. Okay? This is what we're going to do. Our goal today is to explore how we can charge at least, this is minimum, $49 a month, 50, we go 49, but it's still 50, or 600 a year if you're doing like an annual model. Okay, are you ready? Remember I said get those notes out? Y'all write this down. The riches are in the niches. You are never going to forget this. It really should be a t-shirt. We should have some merch with this, because the riches are in somebody type it in the chat. The niches. What does this mean? The more specific you can be, the more targeted your audience is, the easier it is to charge, right? Everybody wants to feel special. There was a time where I was a serial MLM. Does anybody know what MLM is? Like multi-level marketing. I'm not here to shout that down. If anybody is, it's cool. But at one time I was a Mary Kay representative, and I remember hearing about like Mary Kay's motto is to make everybody feel special, right? So like everybody's wearing a little sign on their forehead that is like, I want to feel special, and just focusing on that person and their needs, right? The riches are in is anybody going to type it in the chat? The riches are in the niches. The more specific you can be, the better it is. Let me also just give you a little quick tip here. This is how I know rookie entrepreneurs from those who are a little bit more seasoned and have a better understanding. And this is why you're not going to leave the room sounding like, I see the niches. Thank you, Tanya. You're not going to leave this room sounding like a rookie entrepreneur. I want to give you the secrets, right? When you talk about your app, you're not going to be like, oh, it's for everybody, because it's not. All right. That's like the telltale sign that you know that people are kind of like a little brand new. Come on, niches. I see them in the chat. I see them in the chat. Your app is for a targeted customer that will pay you. Let's get into it, and let me show you some apps that launched with niche customers. Do y'all remember Facebook's first customer? The first target customer? The first. Type in the chat, let me know if you know Facebook's first target customers. I'm willing to bet that you have like probably their V5, like their version 5. That's what most people have. Do you know their first customer? Type in the chat and let me know if you know. Somebody said, Natalie said, but how can I tell which niche is too small? I don't think you can go too small. I think you can go too small, because usually we start broad, and you probably want to go like at least, I'm going to say like 3 layers deep. We're going to walk through some examples, but I don't think you can be too small. The more specific you are, Natalie, the better. We're going to go through some examples. Okay, so I see college students. Oh, that part. That part. They launched to Harvard students only, not college students, Harvard students only. How niche is that? And then check it out. They were like, okay, we're going to expand. So we're going to go to Harvard and Yale. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. 2 universities. And they're like, oh no, you know what? V3 coming at you. Harvard, Yale, and Stanford. Let's go. Do you see what Facebook is now? And they launched like 3 schools, and then they were like, oh, you know what? Let's go to all Ivy League schools. So before they even got here, Mike, they had like 4 iterations before they even got to just college students overall. Do you see that? Niches, niches. Let's do another example. Amazon. Type in the chat and let me know if you know who their first, so it wouldn't be a customer, but their first product. What was the first thing that Amazon sold? Now, Amazon, the company that does everything, they even do data security. I don't know if I talked about that yet, but Amazon Web Services is like one of the main data security platforms that's out there that's built into no code tools, which makes it very easy because you can't really mess it up because it's already built in. So yeah, I mean, they do everything, right? Oh, wait, is this the, come on, smart class, smart class. Books. Yes, that part, books. Natalie said only, can you imagine everything that Amazon has? So yeah, y'all know, yes, and at that, mail order books at that, right? Imagine Amazon and what it is today. Only books. So here's the thing. You don't make your app for everybody, right? Your app is not for everyone. You make it for a specific job. Remember how on Tuesday, day 1, we talked about what do you do for work? That wasn't for no reason. You do a very specific thing. And so you make your app for a specific job or a specific hobby group, right? That's how we make, those are the niches, okay? You don't make your app everybody. And watch this part. You see that underline right there? You see this? Let me see if I can get my, you see my cursor right here? That has a high willingness to pay. Because guess what? There are people who need things that will not buy them. Say that again. There are people like needing and then actually taking the steps to get the thing, 2 different things. There are people who need therapy and won't go get it. There'll be people who need your app and they'll be like, that's so cute. You launched this app. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, man, I'm proud of you. Cool. And won't pay you. Those are not your customers. Okay. We are targeting people who have a high willingness to pay. They need what you have and they want it and they will pay you for it. Okay, so let's walk down some more examples so this hits home, because I know when you're starting off with an idea, sometimes it's hard to go, but how do I like, because it is for everybody. So if you're making a grocery app, you're probably like, everybody goes to the grocery store. So how do I narrow that down? Let me give you an example. You just pick, okay? What people are trying to do is like, say that it has to only be for this group. I'm not saying it's only for them. I'm just saying you pick one, right? So as an example, my grocery app, so that I find the niches, because the riches are in the, the riches are in the niches, okay? How I narrow this down is, let's say I'm targeting working professionals. Now that's broad. So how I get down into the niches there is I say working professionals that just specifically finished law school or business school. Come on, Tanya. Tanya's keeping it lit with the niches. Working professionals, they just finished law school or business school that work in long hours. Are y'all seeing these layers, how I'm getting deep in and bringing working professionals down to a niche? Do you see that? They have no time to shop, but they're getting paid and they would like to pay someone else to do it for them. Hello. So I just took working professionals and brought it down. I just picked. There's lots of other working professionals, right? I can go down another avenue and pick other people who have a high willingness to pay. That's all we're looking for. Does that make sense? So what specific job title or hobby group could you start with as your customer? That's something to think about. Does that make sense? Oh, that's only one secret, y'all. Y'all wrote it down, right? The riches, you're never going to forget this. The riches are in the niches. Okay, so that's number 1. Oh, it gets so much better. I mean, that's good, but it just keeps getting better. Are y'all ready for this? Write this down. Marketing your app as an alternative to an expensive service. Oh, more dollar signs. I'm gonna take a sip of my water. I need more dollar signs in the chat. Y'all not keeping it lit. Let's go. Watch this. This is good. Tanya said, this is where I'm telling you. These are secrets that people don't want you to know. I'll tell you. Have you ever heard of Stitch Fix or Trunk Club? They're essentially like kind of like the same thing. Y'all ever heard of these? So what they are is they're subscription services. These are companies that will send you a box of clothes, right, to your door, and you keep what you like and what you don't, you send back. Really cool, right? So here's the kicker though. It's how they market their app, right? And I'm paraphrasing here a little bit. Okay, I see the dollar signs. I'm paraphrasing, but it goes something like, get your own personal stylist to send you clothes, right? Some version of that. Ooh, like that's fancy, right? Personal stylist? I mean, when you think about a personal stylist, you usually hear that with like celebrities or something, right? Because it's like, that sounds expensive. I mean, your average working person's probably not trying to go get a personal stylist, right? What they're not saying that is not sexy at all is have the algorithm pick out an outfit for you when you press this button, because that doesn't sound expensive at all. So you don't want to market it like that, even though that's what it's doing, even though you just wrote a program, you know what I mean? A no code program in your app to do that, right? You're not going to say that. You're going to say, come get this personal stylist, right? As an example, I'm going to show you this. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I showed this, but I know I showed this. But since we're talking about stylists and fashion forecast, this is an app that one of the students in our bootcamp, alum Jasmine, created. Now check this out. Are you ready to be your most fashionable self without wasting any more time in your day? Yeah, me. It's easier than you think. Oh, okay, cool. Tell me. So your very own personal stylist right in your pocket. Yes, I want that. Fashion Forecast is everyday styling app. Makes it easy. Make it easy. Make it easy. Make it easy for them. Tell them what you're going to do. Figure out your outfit of the day, right? Correspond to the weather. That's slick. What she's not saying is, I built this no-code app with this algorithm, and it's going to pick out some stuff for you, give you some suggestions. $50, please. No, it's a stylist in your pocket, right? That is slick. That is expensive. Are y'all getting this? Let's do another example. A dating app. So here's the thing. When you are thinking about marketing your app as an alternative to an expensive service, what you need to be thinking is, if they hired a human being to do this thing, what would they have to pay them, right? So if you created a dating app, in the dating world, who's someone you would hire to like help you go on a date, right? Do y'all remember that movie Hitch from a couple years ago with Will Smith? That's what I think about. So he was like the matchmaker, right? There's somebody out here that is literally like, she's branded herself as the millionaire matchmaker. That sounds expensive, right? So if you were paying a person to do the job, how much would you pay them? You're gonna pay them 99 cents? Do you see what I'm saying? It's the positioning, it is the mindset. So you're marketing your app as an alternative. You can go buy this date coach, right? You can go buy this matchmaker services for probably going to be more than $50 an hour, $500. I don't know. Let's go research that. Or you can use my app for $50 a month. Ta-da! You're welcome. Saved you some money. Oh, and by the way, let's talk about some premium things that you can put into your app. You can have, I'm just throwing some stuff out there. So you can have that service, and then you can say, hey, every Wednesday, we're doing a, speed date, a Zoom date, Zoom into the chat, right? And meet different people at a premium, right? That's still cheaper than hiring a matchmaker. Are y'all getting this? Last example, paper grading app. Okay, so with this mindset, we're thinking about, what would we pay a human being to do this service? So if we needed somebody to grade papers, who would we hire? Like a teacher's assistant, a grad assistant, right? Something like that, teacher's aide. Okay, well, how much would we pay them? 99 cents? Listen, y'all sitting here in this class, your time is worth more than 99 cents. Am I hammering this home clearly enough? 99 cents is not where it's at. You would pay someone like a grad assistant or a teacher's assistant, like what, hourly, a monthly stipend? I don't know, but you would pay them more than 99 cents. So you're marketing your app as an alternative. You can go hire this person, or you can just download my grading app for $50 a month, right? And if you need an example of how this works, I think I may have showed this, but it might have come up in the question section. Like at the end, we were just jamming on questions and hanging out and stuff. So let me bring it up here to the top for anyone who's joined. Welcome. Welcome if you are just joining. And if you missed some of our questions before, if you didn't catch the replay, I'm just bringing you up to speed on ways that you can make money. We already talked about ideas and the tools, but watch this. So I gave you an example of an app that actually, this app is in the App Store, but she has a premium model. So you download it for free, and then you pay to become like this premium fashion forecaster. I can't think of the exact name that she calls it, but I'm going to call it that. And then that's how that's the pay model, right? Or you can come over here to 365 Zing and watch this. When you're ready for the app, first of all, let me just scroll through so you can just see the branding just a little bit, right? I mean, just beautiful, 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 right? Totally different personality in fashion forecast because you're bringing your you into it, right? So watch this. Oh, hey, your self companion is here. Self-care companion. Oh, I want to get started. Let's go. How do I do it? Well, you know what? Come on over here with that $49.99. That's how you do it. That is how we do it. Or bring that 360 if you want to go with the annual. You want to start this free trial? Let me tell you what you get. You get unlimited live classes. You get this. You get this. Wow. It sounds like I'm getting dance instruction. I'm getting a meal planner. I can earn prizes. It's on demand, like exclusive. Like, yes. I mean, this is so much value, right? Yeah. Let's sign up. Come on over here. Oh, we want to sign up? Yep. Let's do it. Sign in. Like, there's a whole process. But notice you got to go through this step, and then here's that nice payment. $50 a month. I just want to show you that it's happening and it's possible. People are doing this, and you can do this too, right? So that is the goal with number 2. What expensive service is an alternative to your app? How much is that service? And then you market your app as an alternative. Do y'all like that? Is that a good one? Type in the chat and let me know if that's good. Elizabeth said, that's a nice idea, right? I mean, it's all in marketing. And I know some people came in, like Monday, we were talking about it, like, oh, I'm not a marketer. You don't have to be a savvy marketer. We're going to help you walk through these things. What does your app do? Okay, well, if you want to position it that way, what's an expensive service as the alternative? How can we do that, right? Okay, so just type in the chat and let me know if that was good, because I got one more for you. You're taking notes, right? I'm going to take a sip of my water because we got another one. We got another one. Boom. Type in the chat and let me know if y'all heard of white labeling. Anybody heard of white labeling? White labeling is essentially this. You design the app. You take your logo off. The company puts their logo on. They take the credit. You get the bag. Are y'all taking notes? Because this is a good one. Watch this. Remember Josh? Remember our friend Josh from day one? His music app? Okay, so he created this music app to teach music classes, right? The challenge for him was going to different schools and wanting to be able to clone himself and all that. Okay, so at first, he assumed he should charge the parents for the app, right? Like, I'm teaching your kids $5 a month, not too much for your kids. Look at all they're getting. Look at this value that I'm bringing to your kids, right? That sounds fair. But then he asked himself, what if I charge companies and organizations? Who would want their own version of this app? Yes? Watch this. He decided to charge schools instead. And he got $5,000 contracts. Did y'all see that math? Let me walk it back for you one more time. From $4.99, $5 he was charging parents, walking it forward, to $5,000 contracts. Okay? Because with white labeling, Lisa says, yes, white labeling is the plan. It is a plan. And let me tell you, I haven't even gotten to the sweet part. Y'all, you thought that was just sweet? That you start at $3,000? I mean, that's beautiful. $3,000 or $250 a month, right? This is also what Carlos did. Do y'all remember Carlos, who had the basketball app? And then the YMCA was his first pilot. He charged them monthly, $300 a month. That's what he did. Now watch this. The beauty of white labeling is you make an app one time and you can white label it to as many companies as you want. Are y'all ready for this? So here's my app, my version, my original version, A, and then I make a copy of it. And then you get a copy, and you get a copy of my Oprah voice, and you get a copy, and you get a copy. And I get all those checks. Oh, that's a brilliant way to work, right? Let's go through some examples. We got to have examples. So here's how this works. Let's say you wanted to create an app for the homeless population. Now, what you're not doing is you're not marketing this app to homeless people. You want to think higher level, what companies and organizations will want their own version of your app. Can y'all think of any companies or organizations that will want their own version of an app that would help homeless people find resources? Oh, I don't know, nonprofits, right? Like your Salvation Armies and your Purple Hearts. And these companies have budgets set aside for this, but they're likely doing it manually right now because nobody has come along and said, here's my app. You can have your own version. And I will take that check, right? Vision boarding. Y'all know what vision boarding is? It's essentially just like it sounds. You create a board of your vision, right? And a really cool, popular thing that people are doing now is doing that digitally. So you can market that to the everyday consumer. Yes, there are people who are into it. Or you can think what companies or organizations, I'm just even going to add business owners, because guess what? Life coaches, oh yes, that is a whole market that would love to elevate their services to their clients by having their own version of a digital vision boarding app. Like, first of all, you are coaching, I'm coaching you. And now, oh, download my app so we can create your vision board. That is amazing. Gardening. Are y'all getting this? The everyday consumer may or may not be interested in an app that's telling them about how to soil and what temperature, the water should be and the conditions around. Like, that's pretty niche, right? But what about the companies or organizations higher level? So nurseries, the Home Depots, the Lowe's. Are y'all getting this? Last one, stand in line for the doctor. Do you market to the everyday consumer, or do you go higher level to the WHO, medical offices, doctors' offices, emergency rooms? Like, if you could create an app that a hospital could have their own version of, and their clients can log in the car on their way and bypass the line, that would be amazing. So that's how that works. And Natalie, you have a fantastic question. So let's get to it. Natalie asked, can I tailor for each client? And would that mean more work for me to support it? Okay. Oh, these are good questions. I may actually have a slide because I get this a lot. So if we cover it later, it's cool. Let's cover it now because you asked it. So this is a good question. A couple different things. Yes, you can tailor it for each client because, first of all, it's just that you just made the original version. So when you make a copy, make the tweaks and then give that. Make a copy of it, make some tweaks, and then give that. Do you see what I'm saying? The moral of the story is you did it once. You got the foundation, you know what I mean, already done. So whether you add a few things, as a matter of fact, y'all know I just always have to go over here and give some examples. So let's see, go Glide. So this is Glide. Ooh, we're going to build tomorrow. Let me clear this out so you can see my whole screen. Okay, let's get into it. Let's take a look at this app. And this is the Glide editor. So watch this. I'm actually just going to pop out a preview here. and just show you if I wanted to go into my editor and make changes. Actually, let me back up because I don't even need to go that far. You would come here, see this duplicate, boom. It's going to also duplicate the Google Sheet. Yep, duplicate it. So this is my first version of the app, right? Cool. So it's just that easy to now go in and how you see here how it says copy of my app. So I would then go over and just change the app info to Lisa's app by Lisa and check out my app. Okay, that's fine. And then Lisa's colors are pink and it's kind of like a softer, are y'all getting this? Like, you know, yep, it's kind of like a mauve. And I know that it's heart centered. So we're going to change that logo to that. And hello? I mean, how hard was that? And if I have to come in here and I need to make some tweaks. So the second part was, would that mean more work for support? So first of all, yes, you can tailor it for each client. Do you see that? So when I go back to my dashboard, now I have, you saw me make a copy. That it's the same app, right? But now this is Lisa's app. So Lisa gets this copy and I make another copy for the next person. Did y'all see how easy that was? So that's the first part. And then the next part is, does it make it hard for support? So watch this. We're talking about multiple streams of income. You can manage your business whatever way you want to, okay? But just know this. If you white label and you sell your app, that's a thing. You could also white label and you can maintain the maintenance. What do I mean by that? Okay, so let's think about like properties. You can sell a house or you can rent it. Renting it means that you keep income, recurring income. Selling it means you just get a one-time check. What do you want to do? Because let's be clear, with no code, you're not really dealing with like buggy stuff. You know how when you download like an uploaded, what do you call it? Like a new version of your app. Well, you got to download it for iOS. I don't think you have to do that for Android. I don't know. But you get that new version. It's like, we fixed these bugs or whatever. That's not the case with no code. Right? It's not like that. It's probably going to be because they want to change the color scheme or they want to add something to it. It's going to be more feature driven than anything. So guess what? You have an app empire. At that point, you can hire somebody to be your support person. I'm just saying, it's how you want to structure your business, but you can keep that recurring income and have like monthly maintenance, right? For any little tweaks that they want to make, but it's totally up to you. So hopefully that answers the question. Let's see, I'm gonna pop it back up here. So, yep, can you tailor it? Yes. And would that mean more work for support? It's how you want to run your business. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, good question. All right, so let's keep going here. And let me give you an example of someone's app, Dawn's app. Remember we talked about vision boarding? So this is another thing back to the hobbies. She liked vision boarding. So she made an app around her hobby. And then, oh, come to find out, there's other people out there who wanted to. So remember I said, don't discount like your experiences and what you want to do. Carlos made an app around basketball because he likes playing basketball. That's why you're 100% qualified. So she white labeled her vision boarding app, right? She went on LinkedIn to find life coaches and the app was finished in 8 weeks. How long is boot camp? 8 weeks. Carolyn, another great example, right? So Carolyn is a lawyer, and what she realized is there's some specialized questions that she couldn't even answer as a lawyer because there's different specialties, right? There's niches, right, in her career. So she built this app basically to create a space for lawyers to ask specialized questions to other lawyers. It's kind of like a lawyer's LinkedIn, right? Watch this. She white labeled it. So good. She literally charges law firm. How many law firms are there out there? Right? So she could take her one app. So you saw how you can do that, right? Take her one app and charge different law firms and they get their own version. So they put their logo on it and it's theirs and Carolyn gets that nice check and they give their access to their employees. Yes, she went on LinkedIn, found the law firms, finished it in 5 weeks. So what kind of companies and organizations will want their own version of your app? Is that good? Type in the chat and let me know that like helped somebody. We just came up with 3 pretty solid and amazing ways. And that's just scratching the surface, y'all. We only have so much time tonight. But I hope that you understand with white labeling, $3,000. That's where it's going to start. That's the base of where it starts, or $250 a month. Yes? Is that good? Type in the chat and let me know if that was good. Awesome, awesome. Oh yeah, I did have a little, so this was to that question. I just want to make sure that we didn't gloss over it. So I'm glad that you asked it. And I was like, not gonna miss it, because that's definitely important. Somebody had a question in the chat. Let me see what popped up. Hey, is it common to white label and partner with the business 60-40 or 50-50 to share the profits of the in-app purchases? I mean, how do you want to run your business? Honestly, it's up to you. How do you want to run your business? I mean, when you're white labeling, it's their version, their own version of your app. So essentially, I mean, you partnering with them, it's gonna sound so harsh. But you partnering with them is just cutting you out of your own bag. I mean, you can, and that's a way. And I guess it would depend on your motivation around doing that and like why that would make sense for you. Like I said, some people come into boot camp and like their idea is not to make revenue. Like they have a whole nother idea for why they're making the app. And that's okay too. So if you're like, you know what, it's about the partnership and I want to do this and help this, you know, there's lots of reasons. Or you could just give them their own version. And if you wanted to be a part of their support and be a part of their journey, I mean, you could charge them for support. I'm all here for the money, y'all. It's just making me sound so great. But seriously, I mean, it's up to you. I guess is the at the end of the day, it's really up to you how you structure it. And I guess my question would be, you know, like, is that in perpetuity? That's my favorite Shark Tank word, y'all. Got that from Mr. Wonderful. Is that like forever? That it's going to be split? And are you going to do that with all of your white label apps? Because, you know, again, I just feel like it's just cutting you out of what could be yours, you know? So I don't know. Think about that. You absolutely could. It's up to how you want to structure your business. Does that make sense? I don't know if that was helpful. I'm like, yeah, don't do that. Get your whole bag. I don't know. So does that spark any ideas for you? Like literally all of the different ways the riches are in the niches. We got to be so specific in who you're looking for, right? Targeting those paying customers, marketing as an alternative expensive, or as an expensive alternative, as an alternative to an expensive service. I was going to get there. And then white labeling. So we have a lot of different ways that we can get it out there, but all of them are above 99 cents, which is my goal to teach you that tonight. Was that helpful? Did y'all get that? Okay, so let's see here. I'm new here. What is this boot camp you're speaking of? Oh, yes. Let's get into it. You're right here because I was just about to ask y'all, who's ready to go to the next level? Thank you for the segue. Boom, Apps Without Code boot camp. Y'all, if you already like don't know how excited I would be to work with you for 2 months to get this idea out there and to get income into your pocket, please know I'd be very excited to do that. For 2 months, personalized coaching, tutorials, all the templates, the community. I'm going to get into it, but I just want to definitely let you know who bootcamp is for and what it's all about. Help you finally get that app idea out there that you've been stalling on. A high quality app, y'all, without spending a ton of money or a ton of time. We already have it all packaged up for you. Let me tell you about the package. Part 1, so it's 3 parts. Part 1 is the course, step-by-step video, templates, guides, tutorials. And when I say guides, what I mean is, I talked about this a little bit more extensively in day 1, but just a quick recap here is that there are some complicated things you can do with your app, right? Sophisticated like databases and APIs. And for example, Glide does not directly accept payments. And so you don't want to. You don't want people's personal information coming into your app. You don't want to be responsible for that. So what we do is we work with a Stripe or a PayPal. But in order to do that, you need a connection. That little connection, that little highway is called an API, right? Essentially. And we give you a guide on how to do all that stuff. So that's what comes in part 1. And then all of the templates and basically everything that you can just download, like right from the start to be able to build your app. And this is how we structured it. So week 1, we're going to tell you about pricing, which we already talked about. It's going to be $50 or more. Finding your customers. Like I showed you some of those people, they found customers on LinkedIn. Where are your customers, right? Because when we find where your customers reside, that's when we can find where the money resides, right? So that's week 2. Week 3, we pre-sell. So we go out and we ask those customers that we just found in week 2, hey, would you be interested in this? And if they say, nah, that's cool, we just ask them, well, why? Tell me a little bit more about what you would want. What would make this interesting to you? And then they say XYZ. And we go, thank you. And we put XYZ into your app. So when you launch, you're already set up for success because we've already gotten the buy-in from people who would say, I would buy this if you did this. So that was easy, right? And then your website and your brand. I showed you some examples of 2 very slick, cool, different brands, your personality, right? Coming out and being able to build that and then building your apps in weeks 5 through 8. The community. Oh, y'all know I already went on a tangent about that. I don't know if it was day 1, but just the importance of surrounding yourself. Even in this group, I just see how y'all show up for each other. Like, yep, that was covered here. And, you know, people respond to each other in the comments. And that's what it's all about. And this is just only an hour. Imagine 8 weeks of somebody having your back and that support system. And I'm going to tell you what it looks like is when you actually sign up, you have a consistent cohort, which is like the fancy word for group. You know, you have the same group of people that you go through the course with every single week. So like if Monday is a good day for you, you're in on Mondays and you're working with everybody on Monday. So you have this wolf pack, right, of successful people literally just here to like beta test with you. That's what this example is about. This person was like 90% to the completion of their MVP. I talked about this another day. It's your minimum viable product. So when I said we got to get that first version out there, that's your MVP. We don't have to have all the bells and whistles. We just need to get it out there, right? They're about 90% of the way done. And they're like, hey, can we go over each other's? Can we like give each other feedback? That is cool to have that built in, right? Startup coach, I am going to be with you every step of the way. Not just me, but other coaches and tutors on the team. But personally, selfishly, I get very excited to be a part of your journey for the entire 8 weeks. So somebody to hold your hand, but also hold you accountable. Because how many know sometimes you're like, I'll do the thing. And then life happens and you get busy, but you need somebody to tap you on the shoulder and go, did you do the thing? And you're like, oh, okay, that's right. Let me go do the thing, right? So having that built in. So when you pay in full, right, what you get is a 10% discount. So you go to a developer or to an agency, it's going to be $20,000. With us, it's $1,900. Yep, you're welcome. 10% discount, $1,710. Here's how it works. You come over here to launch.appswithoutcode, and actually let me pop this up on the screen, and I will drop this in the chat too. Let me drop it over here on YouTube before I get into showing you how to actually register. So let me drop it over here, and I'm going to drop it in Facebook. So launch.appswithoutcode.com. Boom, to get that discount, fast 10. Right? So you just type that in. That's all one word. Let me come over here to my Facebook people in my Facebook group here. All right. So I'm going to drop it in the chat, y'all. You can just click right on this link if you haven't already typed it into your browser. Launch.appswithoutcode.com. Discount. Fast 10. Act fast, 10% off. Okay. So that's how that works. When you come over here, and actually I'm going to show you what it looks like when you log into, but let me show you this first. So you come to this page, you type in fast 10, you click apply, boom, take 1710 right off. Okay. So that happens. And then you go through the process of, filling everything out, completing your purchase. Yes. If you were interested in the payment plan, you can do that for $380 a month. 6 payments of $380 a month, but I want to be clear that the 10% only applies to paying in full. So if you're paying in full, you get the 10% off and it's $17.10, or just keep scrolling down past the explanation of what you get, and then it's going to be $380 a month. So that's how that works. And then once you sign up, you come over here, and this is actually what the portal looks like when you log in. Yay! So all the bonuses that I told you about, the 7-day email list builder, the app guides, like all of that is here in the bonuses. And then you'd enter the course. Oh, I need to sign in. All right. Let's sign in. Lucia. That's nice. I can't remember. Oh, sign in. Okay, I'm gonna remember my password. I think it logged me out. I'm pretty sure I was logged in. Don't save it. Invalid. Oh. Let's try it again. I really want y'all to see the next step and how you get in here. Okay, so I know what it is. Remember. Boom. All right, so we're in. So this is what it looks like when you sign in. And so it says, first things first, you must book your cohort. So I just want to show you this, because this is where you'll come here and it will open up this Calendly for you. So you will be able to click every Monday, every Thursday, if it works for you. And they're in the evening. So they're always in the evening. The Sunday cohort is actually at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the others during the week are 8 p.m., just like this class. So you would click that. Let's say, click that just to see. And then it'll show you, okay, so there's one that's coming up on Monday, June 14th. And so you would click that, and then cool, you claim your spot and go through the process and get the confirmation, right? Is that cool? So that's kind of how it looks once you go in, and everything is literally there for you. Actually, let me back up and just see if it'll show me another screen. Oops, that's not the one I want. Go back to my Calendly. And let's see, just to show you really quickly. Oh, don't make me log in again. Okay, cool. So you entered the course, you booked your cohort, and you mark that complete. We literally walk you through like what to expect. Your syllabus is up here, getting started, doing this. Like, we literally make it so easy for you to do this work, right? And then when you come to your cohort, it's all about the clarity, the feedback, the community. It's just such a great time of like adding value to each other, the discussion. It just really helps to add to the work that you've done, because you can do this work. You can do this work at your own pace, right? So you don't have to wait for class to do this work. In fact, don't wait for class. Like, this is before you begin. And there are certain things that we say, like getting started, do this before class, right? So that is the expectation, is that you do the work before you come to class, because class is where we're going to really like add value. Yes? Does that make sense? Okay. So that's how that works. I wanted to give you a quick feedback on that. And then what else? I thought I saw somebody had a question. So let me scroll back into the group and see. Okay, so that answers the question. That answer your question, Marcus? You'd asked about like, how do you get started and all of that. Oh, okay, Renard. Hey, welcome to Bootcamp 4.0. Awesome. Okay, so hopefully that walkthrough helped you, because you will need to choose your start date. So if it's Monday or Thursday or Sunday, that's when you're going to get started. You're going to see, as soon as you click that calendar, what date is available. And then it'll be that same day of the week for 8 weeks. Does that make sense? So if that part you haven't done yet, you want to go and log into your portal and make sure you choose that start date. Oh, it's exciting. I'm excited. Well, hey, just doing it. I like that. Does Glide let you take photos that are then added to a spreadsheet? Oh, yes, they do. Yeah, you can actually, maybe I'll add that to my walkthrough tomorrow, because we're going to build some stuff tomorrow. So let me make a note to add like how you add photos, and I can walk you through that. Yeah, absolutely. So pretty much I know I say this, but like pretty much anything that you can think of doing with your app, you can do that with Glide. Spreadsheets are so robust. Like, and you would never think Excel could turn into an app, but that's literally what Glide does. And we're going to walk through that. I'm going to show you exactly how that works, how you upload it, and that whole thing. But yes, the answer to that question is yes, you can. And you can upload right from your camera. That's fantastic. Ooh, it's a good question. Is this a lifetime connection or we forgot about after the 8 weeks? Oh, God's in love. No. Love and light. No, no, no. It is a lifetime connection. You have lifetime access to everything that I just showed you in that portal, lifetime access to those resources. Yes. And then also to us. So the Facebook community so you're in Facebook right now, but this is going away on Sunday, right? Sunday, 11:59 Pacific Standard Time, this all goes away. Everything goes away. The offer goes away, right? But you will join the community, the wolf pack of other successful entrepreneurs where you have lifetime access to that. And so not only do you have the boot camp that you go through for 8 weeks, but we support you through, like I do a weekly Tuesday Glide lesson. So no matter what level you are, it could be review for you, or it could be something new that could help you with your app. I do a lesson every Tuesday. And then every Thursday, the CEO, Tara, and I hop on a live stream similar to this, where you can ask us questions live. So at any point, you can hop into the community and go, I have a question. Oh, let me catch Tara and Keisha live on Thursday. And you just type your questions in the chat. So literally, we are here to support you like for the long haul. We're not leaving you after the 8 weeks. Absolutely not. That's a good question. Very good question. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What else can I answer? Oh. I just saw something that, okay, Bernard, what'd you say? Okay, so you were in the group last Tuesday and then you got rerouted to this masterclass. Okay, is the next cohort. Got it. Yes, so the next cohort is it's going to depend on the day. Like I know that Monday one was starting, I don't remember. Let's go back and look. I think I'm still logged in here. So we click here. Oh, that's not the one I want. I want getting started. Let's click the cohort. Oh, no, let me go back to my classes. Actually, let me just back out of the whole thing. Boop. From when you enter from the start. So the first things first, we click here. So have you done this part? Let me know if you've done this part yet, Kay Bernard. So the first Monday class, if you want to start on Monday, is going to be Monday, June 14th. So if you want to start earlier than that, there is one that's going to start in May. It's going to start on Thursday. That's the 20th. And then there is one that's a little bit earlier, but it's on a Sunday, and that's going to start May 2nd. So if you're thinking like around May 3rd, you might be thinking about this one, where you're doing like a Sunday or during the week. So these are the 3 that are available right now. There was a Wednesday one, I thought, so maybe that one is booked up. Does that help? Does that make sense? Let me know where you are in your booking. Okay. Let's see, what else? Okay, so hopefully I answered that question. Bert, yes, you can absolutely still ask questions even after boot camp for sure. For sure. So you won't have the cohort. The cohort is for 8 weeks, right? But you have lifetime access to the resources and the information in your portal and lifetime access to the group and to us. Yes, to ask questions. It's fantastic. Gosh, I love. Can I do this from my phone or should I have a laptop to most successfully accomplish my goals? Oh, such a good question. Thank you, because I don't think I talked about this. It would be most beneficial for you to go through boot camp with a computer, whether it's desktop, laptop, even a tablet could work. To be most successful, you'll want to be on one of those types of devices. You can view and access all the information, right, from, say, your phone, but the best experience is actually going to be probably on a computer. It doesn't have to be some fancy schmancy, thing. You don't have to have a Mac, it just probably should be like a desktop or a laptop, like I said, or even a tablet to get the best experience. Yes. The cohort is in Zoom. Zoom, you actually can access on your phone, but I'm going to tell you, you're in a room with like 3,500, that's a lot, 35 other people. And it's challenging just to like swipe and see everybody on your phone. Plus, we do breakout rooms. We use a lot of the, reactions and the functions. So just to get, like I said, the best experience is probably going to be to have a computer or a tablet. It's a great question. Let's see. This is another great question. If you miss a class, are they recorded to view later? So, unlike this masterclass, if you miss your cohort, so what I just showed you in the calendar, like if you sign up Monday, Thursday, or Sunday, they are not recorded. You know why? Because the work actually happens outside of the class. So you can go in and do the work at your own pace. When you come into the classroom, it's really about clarity, feedback, discussion, and that's not something we record, right? It's just you have to kind of be in the room to get the most value from that. But I will say this, if you do miss that, keep up on your homework because you can jump right back in the next class and pick up where we left off with like the clarification and the feedback. Does that make sense? So no, we don't record the cohort session. Sometimes what we do in the cohort is just even leave time to work, like work on our apps because we're busy, right? You're working and you're doing all the things. We're parents. We're out here, right? So sometimes what we do is just create space in class just to have some focused work time. So in that sense, you're not really, I don't want to say you're not, I do not want to say you're not missing anything because it's valuable. I mean, I'm telling you, I had a cohort this past Monday where someone was like, how do I save this chat? Because just like this, people were just adding so much value in the conversation. So we were having live discussion and people were in the chat and it was just incredible. So it is valuable. If you can help not missing, I would definitely recommend being there live. But if you do miss it, we don't record it, but keep up on your homework and then jump in the next week. Does that help? Hopefully that helps. Great question. Okay, how much live instruction do you get during boot camp? Is there one-on-one interaction with a live coach? Okay, good question. How much support do we get from a live coach? Fantastic. Okay, so how this works, literally, I will be in the room with you every single week. So from start to finish, you'll have me as your coach for 8 weeks. Now, it's based on like any university kind of like graduated, scale where you're like, if you saw that in the syllabus where you're like a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Well, what happens when you're at the junior and senior level, we unlock tutoring for you. Why do we unlock tutoring at the junior and senior level and not have access to like one-on-one coaching with other coaches at the beginning? Well, what would be a very unproductive use of your time and their time is for you to go into a one-on-one coaching session with like our rock star coaches and you not have a foundation. Okay. So those weeks leading up to junior and senior level, we're actually going to build your foundation, talk through the mindset, build sample apps together so it makes sense. So you can go into your one-on-one coaching informed, right? Knowing what questions you want to ask and not like, how do I get into Glide? Like, I'm going to help you cover all that. Okay. So to answer the question, how much live instruction do you get? I'm going to be with you every week. We unlock one-on-one coaching and tutoring at the junior and senior level, and you get 4 sessions of those. And then what was the other question? Is there one-on-one interaction with the live coach? Yep. So me and other coaches. And then how much support do we get? Yeah. So, I mean, we're in a cohort for 2 hours, right? So that happens every week. And then, like I said, additionally, there are opportunities even within the group. So I know it's not like live, like maybe, us in the same room having a conversation, but not only do you have the cohort, but you also have that Q&A that you can come to every single week, right? And then once you get to the junior, senior level, you're going to have opportunity for 4 more interactions one-on-one. So there's quite a bit. And that coupled with the individual work that you're doing, you'll be pretty busy, right? But you'll also be very well equipped and well-rounded because you're going to have, interactions with me, with your classmates. So it's a very well-rounded and well-structured setup for you. Does that help answer the question? I hope that answers the question. Oh, they just jumped. They just jumped. They just jumped. Ashe, 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 I see you. Hey, Tyke. Tyke said, what's your email? My email, honestly, the best way to respond to me or to email me is, I mean, unless you have something you can take it down, but you could just respond to the last email that I sent you. That's the best way to get to me. So last email I sent you, just hit reply. That comes straight to me. I answered your question, Marcus. Yay! Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so let's see, Joanne, what's going on? So the biggest problems I have with Glide, I'm sorry, I don't understand it, and I need more help on how to create my app. Okay, let's do it. Have you picked your cohort? Have you signed up? Because Glide is, I'm going to tell you, out of all of the, I mean, that's pretty lofty to say out of all, because there are a lot of no-code tools. But Glide is probably one of the most user-friendly no-code tools out there. And so it could just be a matter, Joanne, of like somebody kind of like holding your hand to walk you through. Because you can absolutely do it. Listen, you navigated your way to your email and into this group and into this chat. Like that's about the level of tech savviness you need to work with Glide, honestly. So it could just be a matter of us just, walking you through and showing you what to do. So I would say, just be ready to put in the work, but we're gonna be there with you and hold your hand through the whole process. Yes, you got this. And that sounds great. I would love to hear more about your app. That sounds like a great idea. Okay. Oh, okay, Bernard, I see you. Okay. Can you email me, Kay Bernard? Email me so we can look into what's going on. And if you haven't gotten access to the calendar, if it doesn't feel clear, if it shifted and you were in the class and then something shifted, let's take a look at that. Would you mind emailing me? Just reply to my last email and let's see what we can do to get that straightened out for you. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Oh, it just jumped. Oh, I saw another question. Okay. Hey, whoop, whoop. Excited for you, Elizabeth. I cannot wait to work with you. Yay. And for those of you who signed up for boot camp, I'd love to know your why. We're going to get into that when we get into class, but tell me why you signed up. Tell me what made you say now is the time. I'd love to know more about your story, but super excited for you, Elizabeth. Yes, let's do it. Let's see. Okay, so when you say, can you record the chat? Oh, do you mean the chat I was talking about in boot camp? Maybe, because I know I mentioned that there was the live discussion and there was a chat. You can save it is the answer if that's what you're talking about, if that's what you're referring to. So yeah, it's a functionality in Zoom, and I'm not actually in Zoom right now, so I couldn't share my screen and show you that. But there is a way to literally click a button and you can download like whatever file it gives you. I'm not sure what version it puts it into, maybe a PDF or something, but you can get a copy of the entire chat for the whole class. So it's pretty cool. And you have a record of all the great value that everybody added to it. So yes, if that's what you were asking, it's a great question. And the answer is yes. Let me know if that's not what you were asking though. It's a good question. Oh, another good one. So if someone has a coding background, can they advance to the upper levels quickly? That is a great question. Let me take a sip of my water. Okay. So I will definitely say if you come from a coding background, obviously these logic-based tools like Glide is probably going to come it's going to come very easy to you. I would definitely say, because we've had people come from like Python and like other languages and like come into no code. There's still something to learn, right? Like it's not an actual coding language, so it's definitely going to be easier and the learning curve is going to be significantly less. But there's still some things that you'll want to learn. So maybe let me say this. If the question is, if you come in with some coding background, can you skip to like, junior, senior level? No. You'll still go through freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and all the levels because we want to make sure that we prepared you, right? Like we know you could come through with some other information somewhere else, but we feel very responsible and we're very invested in your, success when you come through this program. So we want to make sure that you get the right foundation from the ground up. Does that make sense? And a lot of it is around like mindset and just making sure that you understand, the strategy and like getting your pitch right. Like there's a whole lot more than just, I don't know if you remember, like the breakdown of what I said happens in part 1, the course. So there's like lots of things that happen in, weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we build in weeks 5 through 8. So that's valuable. And you definitely don't want to miss that and skip over that. But that said, you can go very quickly at your own pace through the coursework. Does that make sense? So you'll sit in the cohort weekly and we'll keep you kind of like with the class in that sense, but go at your own pace through the material, fly through it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you already will have that analytical mindset. I'm sure you'll pick it up very quickly. Great question. These are good questions. Is this helping anybody? Okay, let's see. Okay, Lisa. Lisa says, I will need an application that has a drop-down menu option with various characteristics that can be attributed to an individual. Yep, has the ability to hold notes, retain historical data, and be able to integrate email. Is this too much to? It's not enough to expect, Lisa. You can expect more. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, really, you can. It can do all of those things. Yeah, that functionality, that sounds like to me, you're creating like specific user profiles and like the ability to attribute like a certain quality to a certain individual. Absolutely. You can do all of those things and more. And actually, I'll show you some things tomorrow. I mean, there's only so much that I can get into in like a short amount of time, but I'll show you some things tomorrow where you can get an idea of like what's possible. But the moral of the story is that's not too much to expect at all. You can absolutely do that. You can absolutely do that. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Kay Bernard, please. You're going to email me. That sounds great. Yep. Definitely. We'll get you taken care of. Awesome. I do too. Listen, and this is the thing, like you wouldn't think necessarily that you could feel so much energy in a room where it's like, I'm just sitting in front of my computer and typing a thing, but you can feel that. And this is the thing that you can also feel in boot camp. So imagine how it feels over 8 weeks and when you can see people's faces and you can interact. I literally had a cohort on Monday where we were sitting there for 2 hours and then we went into breakout rooms, and breakout rooms, just fancy term for like, I'll put you in a space where it's only like 2 or 3 other classmates so you can get to know each other. And so then I brought all 35 back to the main room and everybody was like, you brought us back too soon. I mean, it was just hilarious because you can feel that. So even just seeing everybody's energy here, it's magnified. It's like 10x in the group. It's really a special thing to see. So yeah. Now, Tanya, that is fantastic. And listen, I'm not here to discount any coding knowledge because that mindset and you understanding how to do that is going to make you just that much more successful because you know logically how to tell the app what to do. You used to have to like decode it and think, what do I want to do? Okay, how do I program that? And now you can just use that logic and you can just build, right, in plain conversational language. So you're going to skyrocket. That's exciting. What else? Soko, is the subscription fee built into the app or will it have to be a separate payment gateway other than Stripe? Also, did you talk about how to get subscriptions from clients and how to stop them using the app if they miss a month or so of the subscription payments? Whoa, fancy. This is some advanced stuff right here. We did not talk about that. As far as the subscription fee being built into the app, there's some things with Glide that's like, okay, it has some limitations. Like we actually, what would be the best thing to do? Because Tara actually walked through this, Soka, in the Q&A that we literally just did at 7. She showed her screen. Drop down into the group. And this is a great example, y'all. What's up, Soka? He's actually a member of our wider wolf pack and community. So I would definitely say drop into the group and look at it just dropped at like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Tara showed her screen and walked you through, like she dropped a button on there. I'm remembering right now because I'm like, somebody asked this. This was familiar. So I would say that would be the best bet to get the full scope of like how that works. And she walks you through the whole process. So drop in there. See the value? This is what I mean with the group. Like we do this every week. So not only will you have your cohort that you go through with the live interaction with your classmates, but we'll also sit down on a weekly basis every Thursday to answer some of your questions. So if you're building something and you feel like you got stuck, bring that question and we will help you every single Thursday live. All right. It's a great question. Lisa says, Glide is based on a spreadsheet. Yeah, exactly. So, if we go over here, and again, we are going to look at this tomorrow in more detail, but build an app from a Google Sheet in 5 minutes for free, right? Like it's going to take you a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but the premise is the same. Start from Google Sheets, Excel, for those of you who come from the Microsoft eras before we got into Google everything. Same thing. Yep. And it's a great tool. Very easy. And we're going to get into it. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm going to take this last question and then we're going to wrap it up. Let's see. So in the scenario where you are white labeling and selling it to a school today, then become the staff to make the changes. Okay, let me understand this again. So the scenario you're white labeling, sell it to a school, and then you become the staff. Okay. So I think what you're talking about is if I sell it, but I maintain sort of access to make updates and changes. Is that what you're referring to? Type in the chat, let me know if that's what you're saying. Because it really is how you want to run your business. Do you want to just sell it and be done with it? Like with a property, you sold the house, free and clear? Or are you going to rent it, right? And as a property owner, as a landlord, you're responsible for certain things, right? So in that sense, you would maintain the changes. But let's remember that in no-code, the changes are going to be more feature-based. They're going to be, not the bug fixes that you would typically see with traditional coding tools. Does that make sense? Let me know if I'm answering that question correctly. It's a good one. Yes, I'm from the Microsoft era too. Like I was kind of actually a little bit skeptical about Google Sheets for a second because I was just like, I'm so used to Excel. And I actually used to I would do it in Excel first and then upload it because I was like, I don't see the same functionality in Google Sheets. This is like I know where to go to get everything I need in Excel. And I was like so frustrated. And then this happens and it's like, oh, welcome to the future. Okay, I can build an app with Google Sheets. Cool. I'll get on it. Right? Yes, so I'm with you. I said I was taking the last question, but let's make this the last question. Okay. And let me get my outro ready so we know if this is the last question. All right. God sent love. What about copyrights and such? Are there any NDA signed? How does that work? That's a fantastic question. All right. So here's the thing. You can absolutely protect your app. You just got to build something first. So no, that's probably counterintuitive, but let me give you an example like for artists. So if there are any musicians out there, if you know, or if you heard, how it works is you can't protect the song in your head. You ever heard people talk about their demo? They just cut like a demo. Like you have to put something out there that you can copyright. And the same thing works for your app. You have to have a version. That's why we keep talking about this MVP, this minimum viable product. You have to get some version out there so that you can then protect it. Now, NDAs, your app idea doesn't have to be novel and unique. And that's the thing. For some reason in tech, we go, oh, I don't want anybody to steal my idea. Okay. So go in the grocery store and walk down any bread aisle, any aisle, right? Like Progressive did not say, I don't know who came first, but this is the example. Progressive did not say, I cannot launch because there's Campbell's. They both make chicken noodle soup. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine. There's different ingredients, there's different packaging, it's a whole different vibe. So I would say not to discount, the desire to want to make sure that it's protected. You can do that. And there are legal entities that at the end of the day, God sent love, they will actually work with you for free initially because they're actually expecting you to be successful. So that's good. They're counting on your success. They're counting on that repeat business. So they're like, yeah, we'll help you out. We'll get you all set up, right? And we can give you those resources to help you find those places. But the moral of the story is you have to put something out there first. So do not be afraid to get your MVP out there. Do not be afraid of somebody else having your idea because there's Uber and Lyft. And there is DoorDash and Grubhub. I must be hungry. right? So that's part one. Don't be afraid to put it out there. It doesn't have to be novel and unique. But part two is, yes, you can protect it once you create something. Yes? Does that make sense? Somebody said, just copyright before you build it, protect it, and then publish it. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. They used to call this like a poor man's copyright. That y'all heard of that? You like write yourself the letter with everything that you did, or like your plan or what you want to do, and you seal it, and then you mail it back to yourself, but you don't open it. So, I mean, there are ways that you can do, because if you open it, it's null and void. But there are ways to go, this is my idea, because that'll hold up in court, right? But I just want to encourage you that nobody can be you. And there are lots of tracking apps. There are lots of educational apps. There's lots of social networks out there. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever, there's lots of directories. So that's not to say like yours is not going to be great, but don't feel like you can't launch it because you want to protect it because it's so original. Like the originality is you. You're the secret sauce. Yes? And on that note, so I can give y'all, it's caught in my hair. So I can give y'all my, wait a minute, come on, outro. Don't do me like that, outro. It won't play my outro, y'all. Let me close it and bring it back up. Yeah, somebody's talking about a real copyright. Yep. They're not very expensive. They're not very expensive at all. And you can absolutely, absolutely do that. Yes? Okay, y'all. It's okay. It doesn't want to cooperate. Oh, wait, I have my phone. Any other last questions? I don't know why I feel like I have to have an outro. Just, it's just a whole vibe. I mean, we've done it every single day. So we gotta, we could do remember the time, but we go out with the groove. Didn't we go out with the groove? Let me find my groove. Oh, hello. Yes. Oh, it's a vibe. It's a vibe now. Yeah. All right, y'all. So listen, tomorrow we're gonna build. It's gonna be really great. So you've already seen me kind of play around with Glide a little bit, but we're literally going to get in there and I'm going to show you how to do some things building like from scratch. We're going to copy it. You're going to see how that works when you upload it to Google Drive. That whole thing is going to be slick. Do not miss tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This replay will drop in the group. So if you missed anything, you can catch that. Please go over to, pop that back up on the screen. Boom, launch.appswithoutcode.com. Get your spot. I want to see you. I'm going to be with you for 8 weeks. And it's going to be exciting. We're going to get this idea out there and get some money in your pocket where the money resides. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes? Bye.